Welcome to Environmental Resource Analyst, or as we like to call it, ERA. We're happy to have you as a part of our team. Let's go inside and I'll show you around the lab and fill you in on some lab safety. At ERA, we take the safety of our employees very seriously. We have a full safety plan and procedure packet that should be given to you in your employee manual. As employees at an environmental testing facility, we are exposed to a number of hazards. These range from chemical and biological hazards to something as simple as a slip and fall. I will go into a little more detail about the chemical and biological hazards, and then I'll walk you through the steps needed to keep you safe in the lab. As I mentioned, chemical and biological hazards are commonly found in this lab. Many of our clients send us samples from wastewater treatment plants that contain these hazards. Wastewater treatment samples contain a multitude of biological hazards which include viruses, bacteria, and infectious proteins. Diseases can be transmitted through improper handling of these samples, such as hepatitis, staph infection, and dysentery. Not only are hazards found in the samples we test, but also in the chemicals we use. Many of the chemicals we use here at ERA can be hazardous to our health because they are carcinogenic or toxic and can irritate the skin. We should treat every chemical and sample that we use as though it is hazardous and make safety our first priority. Before you use any chemical, you should always read its material safety data sheet. We keep a hard copy of these in this folder, which is kept in the conference room, but I will also show you how to look it up online. MSDS information can be found online by using the chemical's CAS number. A CAS number is a chemical's unique identifier assigned by the Chemical Abstract Service and can be found on all product labels. A chemical's label also contains a summary of its hazards. Different chemical manufacturers display these hazards differently, but you can find a chemical's health hazards, flammability, reactivity, and corrosive properties on every bottle. Some chemicals require special storage, such as acid, flammables, corrosive, and poisons. These special cabinets, except the poison cabinet, are kept in the storage room off of Water Chemistry Lab number 2. The poison cabinet is located under the bench in Water Chemistry Lab number 1. When using these chemicals, please use extreme caution and always return it to its designated cabinet. You may have noticed before entering the lab, I put on a pair of safety goggles. We require all of our employees to wear personal protection equipment, such as safety goggles, gloves, and closed-toed shoes in designated areas. We also have lab coats available for optional use. We provide several different options of gloves for our employees. The most commonly used glove is our disposable nitrile glove for general use. These should be changed when soiled or after prolonged use. We also have a variety of other gloves for uses that include washing dishes, handling hot items, handling broken items, and handling hazardous chemicals. The use of glassware is an essential part of any lab. Here at ERA, we have a room designated for glassware storage and handling. It is in this room that we clean all of our dirty equipment and store all of our clean equipment. All of our dirty equipment is kept in these bins or on this counter. Once a piece of equipment is clean, it is placed on the drying table. From the drying table, it is topped with tin foil and placed on its designated storage shelf. Tin foil is placed on an item to prevent contamination. Our lab director always says, "Contamination, damnation," and dirty glassware is a major source of contamination. So it is important that you make sure every piece of glassware that you use is clean and undamaged. Because we use so much glassware here, accidents are bound to happen. If you break something, alert others that there's broken glass in the area and clean it up immediately. When cleaning up broken glass, always use protective gloves. Never use your bare hands. Broken glass should only be disposed of in a designated receptacle which are labeled broken glass and can be found around the lab. If an item is damaged that is in short supply, please notify the lab manager so this item can be reordered. things get broken, stuff gets spilled. Spills are also a common source of contamination, so it is important that you clean up every spill adequately. The first type of spill we will discuss is a chemical spill. Due to the reactive nature of many of the chemicals we use, not all chemical spills can be cleaned up in the same way. It is important that you verify which cleaning supplies can safely be used to clean up that particular spill. Minor spills may only require a simple paper towel cleanup, but larger spills may require the use of absorbent cleaning supplies. These can be found in a spill kit which is located in Water Chemistry Lab number 2. If you have a chemical spilt on you, wash it off immediately. If the spill is large enough that you cannot clean it off under the sink, you must use a wash station. Watch the following clip to see how you should respond if a chemical is spilt on you. If something like this should happen to you, go to the nearest wash station and alert others. Our eye wash and shower station is located in Water Chemistry Lab number 1, and an additional eye wash station can be found in the Metals Lab. We also have a full stand shower located in the girls' bathroom. Some chemical spills may require immediate evacuation. Sample or water spills can usually be taken care of with paper towels or a mop. For all sample spills, disinfect area after the spill has been cleaned. If you have to clean up a large spill on the floor, please put a wet floor sign in the area so that others know to be especially careful. Failure to do this could result in a slip and fall accident. Housed in the storage room located across from the toxicity lab are 2 hazardous waste disposal barrels. The blue barrel is designated for all metal waste, and the green barrel is designated for chlorinated organic waste. Correctly disposing of our waste is an important way to protect the environment and ourselves. Although most of our waste products are allowed to go down the drain, when disposing of any unknown waste product, it is best to check with management to make sure that you dispose of it in the proper manner. Because several of the tests we perform can release harmful gases, we perform these tests in a fume hood. Fume hoods work to pull the gas away from the work area and vent it to the outside. We currently have 5 fume hoods throughout 3 of our labs. These fume hoods are tested monthly to make sure that they are a proper working function. The function of these fume hoods is determined using an airflow detector which is kept in the chemical shelf in Water Chem Lab number 1. The detector is placed in the fume hood and the fume hood is turned on. Initially, the sash should be in its utmost position and then slowly lower to the point at which the indicator on the detector signals maximum ventilation. This height is then marked. When a fume hood is in use, the sash should always be at the mark or less in order for proper ventilation to occur. For analysis that cannot be performed in the fume hood, we have ventilated face masks available. For your safety, you should be able to locate all exits, fire extinguishers, and the first aid kit. All fire extinguishers are in pink on the map, all exits are in green, and the first aid kit is in red. In case of a fire or any other major emergency, exit the building immediately. We have a multi-tier evacuation plan in place for any emergencies that may occur. For smaller scale evacuations, such as a chloroform spill or fire, everyone is to meet outside of the building. For larger scale evacuations, all personnel should meet at the Walmart on College Street. A lot of the solutions we use here are made in-house. We have a specific way of labeling these solutions that you will need to learn. On each label, you should have a lot number and an expiration date. The lot number is comprised of the date you made the solution and your initials. It will look like this. The expiration date is generally a year from the day it is made, and it will look like this. If you have any questions regarding how to make a label or on expiration dates, consult SOPs or ask a fellow employee. food and uncovered drinks are not allowed in the lab and should be restricted to the break room. Most of the information you have seen in this video can also be found in your safety plan and procedure manual. This manual also contains a list of important contacts that you should familiarize yourself with. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I hope this video has been helpful, and from all of us at ERA, we look forward to working with you.